It is Monday, June 9, 2025, and I've just spent a little bit of time delivering and assembling the big cabinet that I built. So I'll give you a little bit of a tour as to what this thing looks like. It's not fine furniture or anything, but I think it's going to work just fine. For reference, it is 48 inches cube, 48 inches wide, high, and deep. I need to tie up this. This is the sensor cord. I need to tie it up yet. But how this works is we have a master switch. When the master switch is on, the fans are running. And then the controller here will turn on and off the heating elements as needed. And the heating elements are housed in this thing that looks like a coffin on the side. And it's nice and toasty in there. So we've got 6 150 watt reptile heaters. We've got a fan extracting air from the top of the unit and moving it past the heaters and then blowing it back into the unit at the bottom. So we'll do that back up. And it's fairly easy to service because the fans sometimes need to be changed. Those come out real easy and they just plug in here to a standard outlet, as does the controller. I've got some draw catches for the doors. They're tight. It's just a big box. You can see the air return here. Well, that's where the heat comes out. I guess the return is actually up here. So it'll actually have a reasonably good little airflow between here and over here. So that should mitigate hot spots. Our temperature sensor is in the center, hanging from the ceiling. And customer also wanted this top to raise up. So we have another draw catch on each side here. And then this top can raise up like this, open it right up so that you can practically walk right in it. So there we go. It actually fit together. That's the great thing about SketchUp. I've talked about SketchUp before, and I didn't have room in my shop to dry fit this. So I brought it all the way to Winnipeg before I even could tell if it was going to fit together. And it fit together pretty nicely. So I'm glad it fit together, and I think the customer is going to be happy with it. The unknown, of course, is how is this going to heat up and maintain heat? So the idea is here, it's 48 inches from the back to the front inside. And so he's going to be able to put 1 or even 2 barrels of honey in here on a pallet jack, and roll it right in and close the doors. So what we have to see is how long does it take for a barrel, for example, to come up to temperature and warm that barrel. He's not wanting to liquefy it as far as needing to cream it or anything. It's just to liquefy it enough to get it out of the barrel. So that's the unknown, because you know, I'm not a thermal engineer or anything, so I don't really know how it's going to act. And a big unknown is the fact it has no floor. So if I was able to put an insulated floor in this, that would have made a big difference. I did put weather stripping around the bottom of the 3 sides, so it doesn't have to be a sealed unit because it's not pressurized. So you're not going to have hot air blowing out of this thing if there's some cracks, and there's cracks. But we're just going to have to see how it comes up to temperature, and if there's, if it's just not coming up to temperature well enough, then we'll have to start to do some sealing, etc., etc. We might have to look at an insulated floor. We're not sure yet. So we're just kind of making it up as we go along. So for those of you who were following the barrel warming cabinet to build, thanks for watching, and take care and have fun. It's Friday, June 13th, 2025. This week has really gotten away on me. I've not been doing as much bee work this week, so really not much to show you. Doing deliveries. I went out on a couple days for deliveries. I've had a really good delivery week. I'm very happy about that. And this morning, I'm out here with a bag of queens. So I'm going to put those in. Here I've got quite a few now. So let's count them. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 18, 23. So I got 23 mating nukes loaded right now. And I've got 5 more right here. And there's about another 20, 25 in the incubator that'll be emerging over the next couple of days. So I don't have my tripod with me, but we'll try to do this. And again, I do this without a veil just to force myself to be very, very gentle. I want to be very gentle with these mating nukes. I don't want to get them stirred up. So let's put some of these queens in. Okay. Now some of these are very weak, which is okay. It's warm weather. It's a little cluster of bees here. That can work for me because a weaker colony is much more gentle than a strong one. Okay, so I just popped that little cap off the end, and I'm in a little bit of a hurry, so what I'm going to do is just set these in like this, making sure that she doesn't get trapped. Well, I'll take that one with me then, since she's out. I'd like her to go down on the comb. Come on, you go down on the comb, and then I can put the lid back on. And this is round 3. So I put the number because this dictates when I can check for eggs and when I need to call it a day and reuse that nuke. So I've got 4 more in here. I've marked them already. Put them in the little cage. This one's a little bit stronger. They love to crawl up the candy tube. So she's going to stay there, so I'll just put that right back on. Like I say, I'm in a little bit of a hurry today. We have to go to town. I purposefully make these weak. I purposefully make these weak to make them gentle and to conserve resources. It's harder to do with one hand. There she goes. I don't have a lot of resources in my apiary, especially this year, to make mating nukes. And again, the weather is warmer, so they'll be okay. All right. Or that woodpecker's banging on things over there. Must have something to do with their mating call or something. Because they can't drill a hole in what they're banging on. They're just making noise. I think that's a mirror on the whole car over there or something. He's banging on. Okay, I think I have one left. Forgive the terrible camera work. Uh-oh. Okay, climb off my finger. The thing about virgins that are only, minutes to hours old is they don't fly. So I'm not concerned about her flying away. But she needs to get off my finger. There we go. Sporting that nice blue dot. And we'll just put that right back on there. That's it for the mating yard for now. There's quite a few mating nukes to go, but I'll have to do a count and make sure I have enough mating nukes coming up. My graphs are getting a little better. I had one really nice one at 84%, and then the next one was 67%. So, that's pretty good. I'd like to get 90%. If I can get over 80%, I'd be more than happy. And there's another bar in the builder, and you can see I need to fill that jar again. And I think I'm scheduled to do a graft tomorrow. I think I was scheduled to do a graft today, but things took us away from home, so I need to do it tomorrow. So there's only one graft frame in there now. And so hopefully this week I can see that some of these will have mated. And sorry for the goofy auto lighting thing. And then once those mate, I have a few colonies that I want to requeen. There's a couple at that out yard I want to requeen. There's one or two here I want to requeen. And then after that, I'm going to start making splits into 10 frame boxes. There's not going to be much resource to make splits. I'm certainly not going to catch a honey flow with them. It is what it is. As mentioned, I'm building for next year, not for honey flow. My honey flow this year is going to be what it's going to be. I'm not worrying about it. So anyway, so for all the weeks that I put out a really long video, you get a little reprieve this week because it's pretty short. I really appreciate you watching anyway. And hopefully next week maybe we have more to show you. Take care and have fun.